On April 14, 1912, the world's most luxurious ocean liner vanished into the North Atlantic. For over a century, history books told us a single, tragic story. A massive iceberg tore through the hull of the unsinkable Titanic. But what if the iceberg was only the final blow to a doomed ship? What if this legendary liner was doomed days before it ever left the dock? Deep inside the steel hull lay a catastrophic secret, hidden from the world. A strange, dark scar running along the starboard side of the hull. Engineers now confirm this black mark was caused by a raging coal fire inside boiler room number 6. The intense heat weakened the structural steel bulkhead to less than 20% of its strength. Workers fought the blaze in total secrecy, shoveling burning coal round the clock. Canceling the voyage meant immediate bankruptcy and massive public humiliation for the company. Yet, despite knowing the danger, the owners refused to delay the maiden voyage. So, Titanic set sail across the ocean, carrying thousands of unsuspecting passengers. Deep below the luxury decks, the fire continued to burn wildly out of control. Upstairs, passengers celebrated in grand dining halls, completely unaware of the inferno below. Modern metallurgical tests prove that heat-damaged steel becomes brittle like glass in cold water. This forced the giant ship to travel at near maximum speed through icy waters. Warnings about ice fields were repeatedly ignored by the bridge to maintain top speed. Telegram warnings from other ships were set aside as coal consumption reached critical levels. On the night of April 14th, the ocean was eerily calm, smooth as dark glass. Traveling at over 22 knots, Titanic drove straight into a deadly ice field. Without binoculars, the lookouts in the crow's nest were searching blind in the darkness. Suddenly, out of the haze, a towering dark shadow appeared directly in their path. "Iceberg! Right ahead!" were the infamous words echoed down to the bridge. The officer ordered hard a starboard, desperately trying to turn the massive vessel in time. The engines were thrown into full reverse, but the ship's momentum was far too great. The iceberg grazed along the starboard hull, creating an almost silent underwater scrape. On ordinary steel, it might have caused minor damage, but here, the heat-weakened hull gave way. Freezing ocean water rushed into boiler room 6, precisely where the coal fire had burned. The fire-weakened bulkhead collapsed almost instantly under the pressure of incoming water. Watertight doors were closed, but water spilled over the tops of damaged compartments. Had the coal fire not compromised the steel, the ship could have stayed afloat for hours longer. Instead, the compromised hull accelerated the sinking to a fatal 2 hours and 40 minutes. Extra time would have allowed nearby rescue ships like the Carpathia to arrive in time.
Hold fast on the forward line. Lower the stern! Get her in the water!
As water filled the forward compartments, the majestic stern rose high out of the icy ocean. The extreme angle placed unbearable stress on the keel, snapping the mighty ship in two. At 2:20 a.m. on April 15th, Titanic slipped beneath the waves, taking over 1,500 lives. In the aftermath, official government inquiries were launched in both London and Washington. Inquiry boards quickly blamed unpredictable nature and high speed for the catastrophe. Testimony regarding the coal fire was quietly buried and dismissed from official conclusions. Surviving firemen who knew about the bunker fire were silenced by corporate non-disclosure agreements. Today, the rusty wreck lies 2.5 miles down on the dark Atlantic seabed.
Modern high-definition sonar and submersibles have revealed deep structural damage near Boiler Room 6.
These scans confirm the metal failed precisely along the line, weakened by intense heat. It rewrites our understanding of history's most famous maritime disaster. The tragic loss of Titanic was not merely an unavoidable act of nature. It was a chain reaction triggered by corporate arrogance, speed, and ignored warnings. A deadly fire burned unchecked beneath the surface long before the ship ever touched the ice. The iceberg delivered the final blow, but the inner fire had already sealed its fate. The unsinkable Titanic was destroyed from the inside out before it ever stood a chance. A haunting reminder that the dangerous secrets we hide will eventually drag us into the dark.